Are y'all? All right, I'll wait maybe, I don't know, 1 or 2 minutes here, and then we'll get going. As most of you normal, regular attendees know, that there's no specific topic tonight on Tuesdays. It's more so for y'all to ask questions, ask tickers, ask anything that you could possibly want. Sometimes we talk politics, crypto, news, trades, whatever it is. So for anyone that's new, welcome. So we got a couple new faces in here. You free guys, I hope that you have tried your 5-day premium trial. If not, I can help get you set up with that. No FOMO, no cry. Nice name. What do I think about SoFi? So, I mean, SoFi's definitely been really strong, obviously. I do know that some people like this long term. It looks like it's kind of been consolidating here for the last month or so. However, it kind of depends on what trade you're looking for. Are you looking to kind of swing trade this? Are you kind of buying and holding for a while, more so like investing? You're looking to day trade it. I'm the day trading coach, so a lot of the things I'll talk about are from a very short term perspective. So I don't want to sway you in any way when and if I talk a little more long term stance. I can also talk technicals if you want as well. So no FOMO. You got anything else on that? Got a lot of new people in here though. Zane is hyper. QD. Scrooby Doo. Angelito. Kareem. Tojo. Denizen J. Did you guys go to the little crypto live stream they had going on in here? Think about entering 20 January 2026. Okay, so you're looking for a leap here. At least from the longer term guys that I follow, like Shy is one of them here in the chat. I think that he likes SoFi. If anyone else here is long this, please speak up on it as well. But I think 2026 leaps $20. I mean, it's only about $4.50 away, $3.50 away. It's not that far away. I mean, I think especially if you're giving yourself a year of time, I think it's not a bad trade. Not a bad trade at all. But again, I'm a short-term guy, so I don't want to go too in depth into long-term stuff just because that's not really what I'm good at. I don't have any position on it, but yeah, I think that it's not far out of the money. It gives yourself plenty of time. It's obviously had a pretty nice move up, so there could be a move back down to maybe the 15 area. 14, 15, but or it could get above 17, $18 and then start moving up. It stayed in between 15 and 24 or 25 for a full year back in 2021. So something to keep in mind. What was the trade on NUKK? It looks crazy. I have no idea. I'm guessing that's a low float. Yeah, so this thing went from let's see here, about $1.30 today to 19. That's insane. Up 750% today. That's pretty crazy. I'm guessing there was news there. Looks like it started popping a little bit after hours yesterday. Pre-market, not a lot of move. Even off the open for the first 15, 20 minutes, nothing. And then there was a big push here around 11 Eastern this morning, from about 5 to 11, 12. It's over 100% move there alone. So pretty crazy. I don't know what made it do that, but I did not take the trade on that. Did you? I was bullish on SoFi, made some cash, and I lost it all on SPY. So You want to go into that SPY trade, Kareem? What happened there? This is kind of what I'm here for, once a week, to go over, either good things or bad things. I'm here to help you. Am I going to be watching Tesla tomorrow? Definitely watching Tesla tomorrow. I saw today that there was like over $1 billion in call flow versus 300 million in put flow. So that's definitely very bullish. Did have a dip today. I thought it would honestly slip further under 460, but as you could tell, that dip got bought pretty hard. So to me, that just proves that everyone's trying to get a piece of Tesla before 500. It looks like, especially coming into this Trump presidency. So great, Carrie. That's good. Did you sell? Are you still in? But yeah, so I mean, look, as much as I thought it would come down today, I ended up getting that little tiny move to the downside. I didn't trade it. I ended up making a little money to the upside, but considering it got bought up so hard, I really have a feeling this may just go for that 500 mark before it starts slowing down. But then again, right, you got Trump coming in, Elon's like his new best friend, so who knows what's going to happen, Where am I sitting with NVIDIA? So Tojo, I don't know if you're talking about my swing. I signaled today. I bought February 21, 140 calls. They're about $630 a piece. I only bought 2 contracts, just kind of starting a position. Ended up getting a really nice bounce on that today. And we're sitting at 131.20 after hours right now. So that'll be up pretty nicely in the morning. Maybe 20, 30%. So again, not a big position, only in like, I don't know, $1,200-$1,300, but I would like to add to that. I did buy February expiration to give me plenty of time on that. I don't really plan on selling it until I see 135 plus, maybe 140 ideally. But if some good news comes in on this, it starts moving. I mean, the whole trade was kind of trying to hold it to 150 or at least above 140. So we'll see what happens there, Tojo. Didn't want to hop in as though it was too quick. Yeah, I mean, NUKK looks like it was super, super quick for sure. You sold Carrick, that's totally fine. We're down here after hours, so you made the right decision so far. You're still holding what, Kiwi? You're still holding Tesla. Okay, cool. Yeah, I mean, look, again, I think 500 is just it's kind of like a psychological profit target for a lot of people, right? So could it go much further? Yeah. We haven't really seen a pullback. This has pretty much gone from 360 to 480 in a straight shot. So I'm not going to be surprised if we do get a pullback. I don't want to be too exposed to the upside on that, but I will just continue to scalp momentum to the upside until about 500. Then I may just kind of pull back a little bit. Something else, I talked about it a lot today that I want everyone to kind of keep in the back of their mind is just coming into the end of the year, right? Hedge funds, banks, and stuff like that, they may just sell, right? Big tech is blowing through all-time highs. So you could see some selling pressure, people just taking profits. We're coming into the holidays, right? We got Christmas, New Year's. Things kind of tend to slow down here these last like 2 weeks of the year. So don't over leverage. Don't take any massive positions because, a lot of people think about taking big positions and thinking about the money that they can make, but they're not considering the money that they can lose, right? So the best way to combat any sort of big losses is to just size down, right? Don't go look for these massive plays. I'm just kind of making nickels and dimes here every day, and they'll add up for sure. And could I make more? Yeah, but the last thing I want to do is have some big red trade coming to the end of the year. And the last thing I want you guys to do is take a 25, 50% loss on your yearly P&L, because that's just the worst feeling and the worst thing that you could do, right? Especially if you've had a good year. So take it slow, be smart, just add a little cherry on top here at the end of the year. No reason to try to double what you've made throughout the year or make any sort of losses bigger. But that's about all I got on that. Any other questions on Tesla or NVIDIA? Apple had a really good day today. Was really happy with NVIDIA. Tell me about that the Sad Boy Coin stream. How was that? Was that good? I got to pop in there for a little bit, but I saw Quench burned. Was it 1% of the supply, or was it a million coins or something like that? Good amount. That's good. 1% of Dev Wallet. Okay, so he had about 11%. So now he's 10 million coins. Wow, that's awesome. Yeah, I saw price. It was sitting like 400 something this morning, and now we were close to 800. I love that. I heard he was talking with StockTwits. He was talking about getting Phantom Wallet stuff set up so we can see price there. I wish I bought more. I think I only had like 2.5 million coins, but you know, I got in at like decently early. I added some more around, I think, 400 or 500 market cap, 500,000. So not mad at it for sure. That's still fine, Stick Man. I mean, that's still probably about $1,000, 900 bucks. That's great. Have you got a position on QBTS? No. So look, for me, I know this is kind of disappointing for some people to hear, but I really don't ever trade small cap or low float stocks. I typically only trade mega cap names. So it's the Tesla, Amazon, Apple, Nvidia, Netflix, Google, Microsoft, those kind of names. I just know those stocks really well. I've traded them for many years, and I don't ever really go outside of that basket unless there's some news, like if BA was moving or during COVID. We had the vaccine stocks were doing really well. Like Coinbase, I trade that every now and then when crypto's hot. Mara Riot every now and then. So, typically I don't really go outside of that. Only on rare occasions. PLTR, I traded that a little bit, but I'll go to QBTS and just look at it for you. So $8.50 stock. Really, really crazy move here. To me, when I see something go from $1 to 10, I don't, especially since it's happened since, basically October, it was $1 and now it's 10. I don't really have any sort of inclination to buy up here, right? We're already up 1,000% or whatever. Just because a lot of the times you're going to see a bigger pullback before any sort of move higher, especially like this. So, I mean, look what it did here. It went from 3 to 5 back to 3.5, 4. So from 3 to 5 is like a 70% move ish. Pulls back down, 40%, and then now it made a huge move. So another 40% move down, or call it 50% move down, would put this around $5.50, $6, right? So that's kind of, to me, if I was forced to trade this, I would be looking to buy somewhere in this area. Other than that, I don't really have any sort of want to buy something that's gone from $1 up to $9-10 up in here. So if it's a longer term investment, that's to me a completely different trade. But I'm a short term trader, so that's kind of my thoughts on that, Tojo. I hope that helped. Yeah, sure thing. What else you guys got for me? I probably won't be here for a full hour, guys, but I'll go for another 20-30 minutes for sure. Meta. Let's take a look. So Meta, we had that really nice swing on this. It's just kind of chopping around now, but it's holding above 600. So to me, I want to see how this reacts when it comes back down to this area, 610 to 600. If I can see a move back down in here, see it hold, kind of maybe chop around a little bit and then make a move back higher. That's kind of the trade I would look for on that. Other than that, maybe this kind of just goes flat here, creates a nice little consolidation box, and then we can trade the upside back to 635, 640. That's how I would look at Meta. But, big tech has moved really well recently. And like I said, coming into the end of the year, you could see some profit taking on a lot of these big tech companies that have just gone insane. So I want to just be very careful on forcing upside trades. More than happy to take them, but with smaller size. This is just not a time of the year where I want to see anything go crazy. Did you see Tesla earnings? Yeah, the Tesla earnings was good. That kind of helped spark this move. I don't know if you guys know who Umar Ashraf is, but he bought. Let's see here. When was that? So he actually bought here about 220 when that robotaxi event came out. People weren't super thrilled with it, but there was nothing bad. He bought in here. Earnings came out, popped this up, and then this thing has just not stopped. So that was an awesome trade that I saw recently. But yeah, Tesla earnings was good. You probably get this a lot, but can you show how you take your trades? Yeah, so I mean, showing you right now is kind of tough. I do live trade in front of everyone Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. Tuesday and Thursdays are free streams. Monday and Friday are premium streams. But this is kind of my way of answering your question. The way that I trade is I'm like more of a scalp trader. Okay, so I use options. So I trade options on these mega cap stocks because a lot of them are multiple $100s per share. So unless you have a pretty decent chunk of money to trade equities, you can't. I rather trade with a couple $1,000 per position with options rather than $50,000, $100,000 positions with equities. So, but again, I'm a scalp trader, so meaning I'm in and out very, very quickly. Typically, 90% of my trades are under 10 minutes. I do have a couple swing trades here and there, but most of my trades are extremely fast. Zazn, I don't know how to say your name, but that's more so my style. An opening range break, which you could look up, is something that I trade a lot. So that's a good setup. ORB. Opening range break, and I like break and retest. But to kind of like narrow that down even more, like breakout trading is what I like. I like to trade breakouts because to me, there's the way that my mind works. I can spot them much easier than I can other styles of trading. Any thought on Santa rally? Any possibility of happening this year? If it will, what stocks do you suggest consider last week of December? So, like Santa Claus rally is not so much a specific week. It's more so like coming into December, into the end of the year. And I mean, I don't know how you're going to categorize that, but let's just look at what's been happening, right? Tesla's gone from 360 starting December 5th to 484. I'd consider that a pretty solid Santa Claus rally. SPY from November 20th to now has gone up from 584 almost to 610. I think that's considered a Santa Claus rally, right? That's a pretty strong move. Meta, all-time highs. Amazon, all-time highs. NVIDIA hasn't really done a whole lot. Micron hasn't really done a whole lot. Microsoft hasn't done a whole lot, but it's still strong here coming into the end of the year. Google, all-time highs. Netflix, all-time highs. So the reason I'm going through these is simply because to me, that kind of proves the point. We've kind of seen a Santa Claus rally, I think, to the end of the year. I mean, one, we're in a bull market. Two, coming into the end of the year, huge move up. So to me, it's like from November to December, like 20, which would be the end of this week, is kind of where I would look for that rally. Okay. Coming in from like basically Christmas to New Year's, that's where I think that in a scenario like this, after these huge moves up, you could see somewhat of a pullback. I'm not saying market crash. I'm not saying any sort of massive pullback, but I'm at least saying that I think there's a higher chance that things maybe go flat or come down a little bit, just because we've seen such a crazy move up. Prashant, I hope that makes sense. So you basically have near expiration and near target. How do you do this for scalp trades? So that's pretty much it. I typically buy same week expiration options. I mean, let's just go look at let's see. I traded Apple on Monday, I think. And I traded Amazon. Well, wait, no, maybe it wasn't Apple. Maybe it was Amazon. I traded Amazon. So Amazon on Monday, this was my trade. So 230 and kind of like 231 was the all-time high there. And I wanted to see if this had some strength that could push right through that. So we opened up above 230. I want to basically see it pull back under, then get back above. That shows me that there was some profit taking and buyers took advantage of the opening dip. Once that dip got bought back up, this candle went basically from a red to green candle. I bought in here because I wanted to get in right before 231. We saw the 231 break. I think all-time high was like 231 and 25 cents or something. So I got in before 231, and I bought the 235 calls, okay? Got in before 231, broke 231, broke all-time high 231.20 or whatever, and then I sold up here. So I caught about a 75 to 80, maybe a full dollar move on that, and that was it. My trade was about 1 full minute, and I made 25% on that, and I was done. So that's an example of just a very quick, very, like a very rigid trade there, right? It didn't happen exactly how I wanted. I wanted this to kind of pull back in, touch maybe 229, 228.50, and then kind of curl back up. Kind of like what you saw on Tesla today, I believe, right? So kind of something like this. Big pullback first, and then the opening range break. Actually, I think maybe the day before. Oh, yeah, he was here, right? So we open up, pull back, 464, 465, bounce, high a day break right there. That was like kind of a trade I was looking at today. So those are, I don't know, Kiwi. I mean, I know that may not be a perfect answer for you, but does that make sense? Very small, but very high odds trades that I look to take. And that's why I use options as well, just to kind of throw a little leverage in there. How do you exactly know this is going to go up? Is that just the guess, intuition, or something? So, I mean, anything you do in trading is kind of a guess / you have some intuition. But to me, I guess the easiest way for me to answer that is I've traded this exact same way for 5 years. And it's a lot of it is intuition, but also like I know, considering that there's guys that trade low float stocks and they're trading tickers that they have never even looked at before or even knew existed every single day, right? For me, I've traded the same tickers, the Apples, Nvidias, Teslas, Amazons, right? Every single day for years. So I just kind of know how they act and how they should react to certain moves, how I want to see them moving, kind of their personality. But I also just, again, it's like I have an entry here. I want to get in at this area before this happens. I think it can do this, and my stop loss is here, right? That's like the baseline of trading. So no matter how you want to trade the market, no matter what stock you want to trade, you still have to have that kind of framework, right? So that's kind of more so my thing there. But like the opening range break is a legitimate pattern. I trade head and shoulders, bull flag, bear flag, wedge patterns. I do trade chart patterns a lot when they present themselves for me. Stuff like that. How do you mark a wall? Any indicator you use? So when I talk about walls, what I mean is I'm looking at level 2, okay? And I pay for level 2 data packages so I can see how many orders are sitting at specific price points on certain stocks. Like today, Tesla was coming up, above 475, and I wanted to see, okay, how many orders are sitting at 480? And I can go look, and I'm like, you may see 100 shares at 477, maybe 5,000 shares at 478, 6,000 shares at 479, and then, 100,000 shares sitting at 480 waiting to get executed, right? So to me, that's a wall. So that's how I look at it. So I'll type it in here for you, Prashant. Level 2, that is what I use, and that is a very well-known term and tool used in all sort of trading. But some people call it the order book. It's really just seeing where shares, coins, lots, really just where are orders sitting waiting to get executed. And that is why I look at walls. And the reason I do that is because when that price gets executed, that brings in a lot of volume, because if there's a 5,000, 6,000 wall, and then you get 100,000 wall, well, that's 100,000 shares that are going to get executed, or 100,000 lots that are going to get executed, and volume is going to spike, and you're going to get a really nice move. Where can I see level 2 data? So sometimes you have to pay for it. I use it on Interactive Brokers Trader Workstation. I have it here on Thinkorswim, but I don't pay for it, so I can't really see it. Yeah, you can get it on TradingView as well. Heat map is good. If you have to pay for heat map, I think, on Thinkorswim, but so heat map is, think about looking at level 2 on a visual chart layout, right? So you're going to see like these red and green bubbles that are showing, big bubbles mean a lot more orders, small bubbles mean small orders, stuff like that. So think about at like 480, there was a big red bubble there, or at 460, there's a big green bubble, and then there's tiny bubbles on all these other prices. So you can see that, 460 and 480, there's a lot of orders sitting at these specific areas. Does that make sense? Again, here on Thinkorswim, like I can pull it up here and it's free, but you're not going to see all of the market depth there. You have to pay for exchange packages, so they allow you to see where these orders are sitting. Make sense? So yeah, what else you guys got for me? Any other tickers? Any other questions? Definitely gonna be looking at Tesla tomorrow. Gonna be looking at Nvidia. Crypto's come down a little bit, so not super interested in coin right now. For short term, we do have FOMC tomorrow, so I think the market may be a bit slow. Yeah, Fed meeting, nice. So we have FOMC interest rate announcement tomorrow at, I believe, 2 p.m. Eastern. And then Powell talks at 2:30 Eastern. Other than that, we have GDP as well on Thursday. I'm pretty positive. So we'll see. What's your forecast on Dogecoin? Any thoughts? No, so I don't have really any specific thoughts on Dogecoin. I haven't looked at the chart. Crypto Joe here may have something for you, but I don't really follow Dogecoin a lot. I actually did see that the founder of Dogecoin sold all of his coins to buy a Honda Civic, and that position would be worth more than Honda as a company today. I don't know if that's true, but that may be it. Something else to consider with Doge is, Elon being Department of Government Efficiency, so that's kind of interesting. Yeah, it's meme coin, so it's the biggest meme coin. It's the oldest. It's like, the thing. Do I keep it simple by looking mostly at these top stocks? Yeah, so I mean that is definitely a way for me to keep it simple, right? I don't get too frantic. I'm not showing up every day just trying to find some big runner. It's like, okay, I'm showing up. These are the stocks I trade. Let's look at all of them. Let's see which ones look good for that day, and then go and see if I can find a trade. Sometimes I show up though, and because I only trade these stocks, sometimes there's just not a good setup for me. Sorry to sneeze. So sometimes there's not a good setup, okay? And I have to be disciplined enough to not just go and force some random stupid trade trying to make money, you know? So there's good and bad. Another good thing about me trading these top stocks is because billions and billions of dollars gets traded within them every single day, right? Everyone knows Tesla, Apple, Amazon, Nvidia. And that means that there's a lot of liquidity in these stocks. Not that I, have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars, billions of dollars that I need to be able to execute in a short period of time, but the spreads are tight, meaning I don't have to overpay for premiums on the options. They're very, they're smooth. They move very smooth because there's a lot of volume, and little things like that. Yeah, that's heat map. I like that. Yeah, Zans. Yeah, that's why I don't do that stuff. I worked on a professional trading floor. Interned, and I would say 90% of those guys, they don't touch the penny stocks, low float stuff. They have computers that do that. But one of the oldest guys there said the biggest traders make the most money trading the biggest stocks. And a lot of it comes down to just knowing, maybe you're really good at a specific sector. Maybe you're really good at like consumer goods, right? Your Walmarts, your Targets, your clothing brands, stuff like that. Maybe you're really good at trading those and you just stick to those. Keeping things really simple and just trading a specific sector or a couple different stocks will help you, because not only are they're probably going to be good stocks, you're going to be able to see how they work, how they move based on different news, how they move compared to the overall market, stuff like that. And then being around them for long enough, you can pick and choose really good opportunities from like subpar opportunities, and then really, really execute the good ones well and make a ton of money. And then you have to trade less, right? You don't have to show up every day looking for these crazy runners, trying to make some money quickly, Let's see here. Equal on YouTube. What do you think? Upwork 500 for Tesla tomorrow. So Upwork, I'm not a big fan of. Not a lot of volume traded on this every day. So I'm probably going to leave that where it is. I mean, we're kind of breaking out here over 16. Maybe we can get to 20 on that. But again, Upwork to me is not something that, for me personally, I'm looking to trade anytime soon. But Tesla, though, I don't know that we're going to see 500 tomorrow. I mean, it's, considering what this has done, it's very doable. But I do think we could see 500 by the end of the week. Maybe the end of the year is maybe a little bit more of a safer bet. But I definitely do think that 500 is doable, 100%. But who knows, right? We could easily just snap back down. Maybe this gets to 499. Everyone starts dumping their shares and it pulls back to 400, right? Who knows? Yeah, he does. Footprint cluster. I've seen those on, as basically like candles as level 2. It's interesting. Yeah, Zans, if you ever need anything, dude, just reach out. I'll go ahead and add you as a friend right now so you don't get any sort of scam. Also, whenever you're interested in premium and you're ready to get to that level, just let me know as well. I'll make sure you get set up. See if I can get you some sort of discount code or something. I hope you've already tried out the 5-day free trial. I think I've seen you around before. Yeah, Coca-Cola is always a good slow boomer stock for sure. Get those dividends. Have a good night, Carrie. What else you guys got for me? And yeah, we do have coaching stuff, Zan. So if you do want to be in my coaching corner, let me know as well. Yeah, so make sure you add me back. It looks like I can't DM you until then, but I'll go ahead and send you the 5-day trial link. My advice is to wait until later next week, maybe like after Christmas, start this, because you'll get inducted on Monday, right? So if you do it right now, you're going to get inducted next Monday, and Tuesday is a half day in the market, and Wednesday the market is closed for Christmas. So I'm going to leave that there in our chat for you, so you can just have that. But I would wait again until next week. I'm going to type real Ethan in here as well, so you know. And whenever you're ready for premium, hit me up here. There you go. So now you know. And if you get added by any other Ethan, it's not me. How are you feeling for the turn of a handover political wise to the market? I think there's a lot of hype, Breckle, for sure. I do think that the market may be a little bit offsides. However, I saw Goldman Sachs talk about their S&P predictions for the end of next year, and they have SPY at 650. So, that kind of ties into like the roughly 10% move a year that it gives. But yeah, I really don't know. I think that maybe things are just a little bit overextended. I do think Trump will do good for the economy and do good for our country. But, I don't, when things are really like looking at least like big tech and the overall market, it seems like things are just a little bit overextended to me. A little bit too euphoric. Tesla to me is up a lot. I mean, obviously Trump and him are very close now. I think Tesla's going to benefit a lot from this new presidency, but I don't know. There was so much stuff that went on these last 4 years. It's hard for me to think things are going to go perfectly smoothly for these next 4. So I don't know. I really don't. But all it comes down to, I guess, is risk management and try not to get too greedy. There will be a pullback. Typically, there is a bear market once every 4 years. So that's something else to consider. I don't know. Overall, markets tend to go up, but I don't know, man. It's when things seem too good to be true, typically they are, I think. So we'll see. I mean, all it takes is a little bit of trouble, and there's another war breaks out. Trump is very hardcore, so who knows, right? I think we all need to keep in mind things won't go smoothly for 4 years. That doesn't mean anything catastrophic could happen, but over 4 years of time, there's going to be problems that arise, right? You want to see Tesla split again? Yeah. Yeah, a lot of crypto ETFs for sure. What else you guys got? I'll stick around for maybe another 5-10 minutes here. Tojo, I'll add you as a friend as well. I see that. Boom. Go ahead. I'm going to message you as well, just so you have real Ethan. Do you want the free link as well? I'll just go ahead and send it in here for you. But yeah, if there's any other questions, guys, don't be afraid. This is your one night a week to ask me whatever you want. There are no stupid questions. Don't be embarrassed. Sad Boy Coin, 782 market cap. I love that. If I long-term invest in one stock, it'll be Tesla or NVIDIA. for sure. I think Tesla, obviously they have their cars and stuff, but I think Tesla's going to be a massive AI company as well, not just cars. Anything Elon touches, I think, is just going to be golden. So Tesla for sure. Then Nvidia, right? AI, crypto, huge future there. You need GPUs, you need these chips. Nvidia is the biggest one. Nvidia's innovated the most. I think I like Nvidia a lot. So for those two, I know those are kind of generic picks, but for Ethan to give you a long-term pick, that is what I like the most. Heidi, no one can. Nobody, if anyone tells you that they know something's going to happen, they're lying to you, and they're not a real trader for sure. Hang on, someone's tagging me here. So, I mean, think, sorry. Think about if Foot Locker here, for example, has bounced between $21 and $23, 5 different times, and it comes back down to $21. Well, I could buy it at 21, have a stop loss at 20, and then look to take profit at 23. Okay, so I'm looking to make $2 and I'm risking 1. That makes sense, right? That's a good risk to reward trade there. And that doesn't mean that they knew that was going to happen. That just means that they looked back and thought, okay, it's done this multiple times. Looks like the odds are in favor for it to do it again. Let's try the trade. So nobody knows, right? You can kind of predict certain moves based on historical moves, patterns, probabilities, statistics, stuff like that. I hope that answers your question. Or shake the magic 8 ball. Yeah. Do I typically trade Google or Google? I like the L. I'm an L Google with an L guy. It's kind of a argument at the firm when I've been there. I've heard them argue about it, but I like Google with an L. I don't know why. That's just what I've traded forever. So I think that they have the most volume on their contracts. It might be a reason why I trade it, but either one works. I don't know why they have 2 different tickers, but it is what it is. Good night, Crypto Joe. Thanks for being here. Hope your son's doing good. Well, you guys get any other questions or should we wrap it up? I know it's getting late. If you want to trade just Mag 7 type stocks, budget wise, so that's why I trade options. I mean, typically I would like you to have about $1,000. You can do it with 500. That's good, Kiwi. So typically I'll buy contracts anywhere. Sometimes they're as cheap as $100, $80. Sometimes they're as expensive as $1,000 a piece. Most of the time, I'd say it's anywhere between 2 and 500 per contract. Oh, Breckle, I hate that, man. Well, get out of here. I'm gonna wrap it up soon. But yeah, so I mean, I would like you to have about $1,000 just so you're not going in with your entire account per trade. But $500 can work as well. You can't expect to be making a couple $100 when you have only $500 to trade with. You should be happy with your $20, $40, $50 gains per trade, and you can't compare yourself to guys making a couple $100 or $1,000 or a couple $1,000 per trade. You know what I mean? So it's kind of my thoughts there. I hope that made sense. Any other last minute questions? Tojo, if you ever have other questions, though, I added you as a friend, so feel free to DM me whenever. Zan's, you as well. Thank you guys for being here. Breckle, as always, it's a pleasure. Y'all are always welcome, and I love that y'all are here. But again, my DMs are always open, so don't wait around for me to answer a question. Just DM me whenever you guys want. Thanks for being here, Kareem. I'll add you as a friend as well. All right, y'all. Kiwi, let me make sure I have you added. Boom. If y'all ever want that free trial, let me know. Again, if you need me, DM me. Other than that, have a good night, guys. And I'm not live trading tomorrow, but I'll be around. So I will see you then. Bye-bye.